The following is a recreated video and audio log found on an abandoned base after a Thargoid revenant attack. The video and audio has been reconstructed and may contain some glitches. As I carefully carried the lighter components up to the radar dish, a deep rumble shook the base, reverberating through the structure. Looking up, my eyes widened as I witnessed a colossal Thargoid Cyclops ship soaring ominously above the base, its presence commanding my attention. Even the Thargoid drones momentarily diverted their focus towards the massive vessel. The groans and roars of the Thargoid ship filled the air, drowning out all other sounds. Instinctively, I gripped the rails of the external stairway, seeking stability as the vibrations cascaded through the metal structure and vibrated through my suit. My heart pounded in my chest. I crouched down, minimizing my profile to try and ensure that I remained hidden from the Thargoid ships and drones. With bated breath, I watched as the Thargoid drones swiveled their attention towards the Cyclops, as if receiving some sort of communication or directive. Their movements became more erratic, their patrol patterns momentarily disrupted by the awe-inspiring presence of their mothership. I seized the opportunity, understanding that the distraction offered a temporary respite from their watchful surveillance. Silently, I clung to the external stairway, my body pressed against the cold metal as I waited for the Thargoid ship to influence to subside.
Fire detected.
Time seemed to stretch out as the Thargoid Cyclops loomed overhead, casting an ominous shadow over the base. The sheer scale and power of the alien vessel were awe-inspiring and terrifying. I knew the window of opportunity to move unnoticed was limited, but I couldn't afford to waste a single second. As I cautiously made my way up the stairway, balancing the components in my arms, the opposing Cyclops continued its patrol, circling the base in a wide, slow arc. Unlike before, it didn't seem to drift away, but maintained a watchful presence, its massive frame casting an eerie shadow over the surrounding. The Cyclops occasionally emitted deep, resonating groans as it scanned different sections of the base, its attention momentarily drawn to the damaged radar dish. Every time the dish pulsed out its weak, damaged SOS signal, a distinct change occurred. The giant Thargoid ship seemed to react, illuminating its petals with an otherworldly glow and emitting a peculiar sound as if it were intercepting the signal. Aware of the Thargoid Cyclops' continued presence, I became acutely aware of the urgency to repair the radar dish. The Thargoids were clearly monitoring my attempts to re-establish communication, and time was not on my side. I carefully set down the components by the radar dish, my hands trembling slightly with a mix of apprehension and determination. I examined the dish more closely. The significance of its repairs became even more apparent. This was my lifeline, the key to reaching out for help and potential escape. With each pulse of the SOS signal, the Thargoid Cyclops responded, tightening its circles, its actions indicating an uncanny ability to detect and interpret this distress call. The tension in the air was palpable as I worked swiftly, my laser cutter in hand, carefully repairing the damaged sections of the dish. Each movement was precise, and every connection made with a sense of urgency. I couldn't afford to make any mistakes or attract any unwanted attention. If a drone turned in my direction or the Cyclops got too close, I stopped and sat still, waiting till it moved away. Each time the dish pulsed out its SOS signal, I couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. The Thargoid Cyclops would react, its massive form lighting up with an eerie glow, as if it acknowledging our attempt to reach out for aid. The enigmatic sounds it produced seemed to indicate that it was deciphering the distress signal and transmitting it to the drones. Perhaps it was assessing vulnerability or contemplating its next move. As I continued my repairs, the Cyclops' patrol persisted, its watchful eye scanning the base with calculated precision. It was a constant reminder of the impending danger and the limited time I had to restore communication. I focused all my attention on the task at hand, blocking out the intimidating presence of the Thargoid ship and the unnerving sounds it emitted. With each component repaired, the radar dish grew stronger, its signal becoming more potent and far-reaching. The Thargoid Cyclops' reactions also became more pronounced, as it responded, shifting from mere acknowledging to something more intricate, as if it were piecing together the puzzle of our distress call. I knew I couldn't delay any longer. It was time to go back down, gather the remaining components, and complete the repairs. I had to get this desperate plea for rescue out. I cast a cautious glance towards the Cyclops on the way back down, its hulking frame a constant reminder of the impending threat. Determined and resolute, I gathered my tools and set off on the second trip to the command center.